Welcome to King Says So, a channel that advocates for one Africa, one land, one Africa, one language, one Africa, one currency, one Africa, one army. I wish to witness Africans all around the world united as one in our lifetime. Enjoy. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy King 053, Mr. Easy Imali Enengi, and we're back at it again with another one. And I'm doing part two of Julius Malema, the CIC interview from Metro FM. And you guys just told me that it is Faith Mangope that interviewed her, the beautiful Faith Mangope. You'll have to excuse me, guys, because I have decided, I think it was 2-3 years ago, where I said, listen, I need to flush my system out of what mainstream media is reporting to me and my people. So I've went to a quest where I said, no DSTV, no following mainstream stories. And I'm trying my best to, not to go fishing out for information, like changing the remote and looking for a story. And I allow what is aligned into my realm to come to me. Hence now, because I'm busy with Pan-Africanism, I'm busy with black consciousness, and I'm busy with that type of stuff, then politics and all of that this interview has found itself on my lap. I don't go fishing for interviews. Sometimes some stories I get told by you guys that, King, did you see 1, 2, 3, and I would go look for it. I'll go search for it, because luckily we can search for things and find them. Faith Mangope did a brilliant job in this interview. I said it in part one. She did a brilliant job, and in this clip I'm going to play to you guys. Some of you are going to hear what she said, but you're not going to understand clearly what she means and the impact and the levels of what she's saying, the density of what the type of words she's choosing as a journalist and as a presenter. This, I can just speak the whole day with this one question that Faith Mangope asked Julius Malema. Me and Julius, we answer the question question differently. Julius answers it in a more simplified way, and I believe maybe his answer is better than mine. Obviously, he knows better than me in terms of politics, but I believe the way I answer the same question broadens the scope of thinking of Africans. And I'm going to break it down for you guys today, and I'm going to show you how deep this one question that Faith Mangope asked about Africans, about the colonizers, about apartheid, about the policy stance of the EFF. I'm just going to show you how powerful this one question that Faith Mangope asked. In fact, I'm just going to do a video on this one question, and my answer to the question and Julius' answer to the question. Let's first listen to what Faith Mangope said and asked Julius Malema.
And I would like policy clarification here, because the EFF, before I open the lines, the EFF has been greatly criticized for this particular cornerstone, which you have to clear up. And this is the issue around a borderless continent, right? Yeah. So borders in itself, right? The historical context of borders was colonial. Borders were formulated so that white people can divide which particular states belong to them. We understand that. Which particular states belong to them. We understand that. Which particular states belong to them. We understand that. We understand that. Capitalism, cheap labor, apartheid, colonialism has led to an unequal society within the African continent. So we accept that. 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 We take away the notion of borders and we say, you know what, all Africans are the same. The problem, because of the existence of the inequalities entrenched within colonial rule within the African continent, says that those who are less or more marginalized will go to the countries that have got more. South Africa stands as one of those countries, maybe alongside Rwanda, right? So they will come, you will have an influx of illegal foreign nationals coming here for better economic opportunities, as they would. The fear among South Africans is that the little that we already have as South Africans, now we have to lose it to illegal foreign nationals that come into this country because the EFF has said we are all Africans, so open up the borders. So how does political ideology find its expression within the reality of the lived experience of the South African? Because the South African will say to Julius, I hear you, but I can't afford to be giving an illegal foreign national a foot in my country when I'm already struggling.
Ladies and gentlemen, I applaud Faith Mangope for asking this question in the way she asked it. You know, when someone asks this question, I always hear I'm not specifically speaking about Faith now, because a lot of South Africans and a lot of Africans think the way she's thinking. She's asking the question in a way that she's asking, what must we do as Africans to keep what we have so that other Africans who are poor must not come and take what we have? And the way she asked it, she started it in a historical way. She starts about how borders came about in Africa. And she says, borders came about in Africa. They were formulated by our colonizers, dividing us so that they can know which state belongs to them. So I've told you guys many times, French was taking the west of Africa. Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Senegal, Gabon, Cote d'Ivoire, what's the other? It took the west of Africa. Those countries were colonized by the French. That's why there were borders that side. Then you have Angola. Angola was colonized by the Portuguese. The Portuguese took Angola. Then when you come down in the Spanish also colonized us. Then you come down to Southern Africa. Then you find the the Dutch people. The Portuguese also came to southern part in Namibia and South Africa, but they were not as successful as the Dutch were, and the United Kingdom was, when it comes to British, was in the southern part of Africa. They are the ones that gave us borders, not us Africans. We were living in harmony with each other. I'll always say and remind you guys, when Jan van Riebeeck came to South Africa for the first time, the report that he gave back to his king and queen that sent them here, he says, listen, we met a place in Africa where, speaking about South Africa, where there is no prison, where there is no hospital, the people are living in harmony with each other. We have never seen people like this. Even us as outsiders, we don't look like them, but they welcomed us, embraced us, and allowed us to trade with them. But we have seen their weakness. Their weakness is that they are too welcoming, so we can overcome them, we can overpower them. That is what happened here. Faith then says, and I'm gonna play it 2 times or 3 times. She says they divided us, and so that they can know which states belongs to them. We understand it. She used the word "we understand it." Who said we understand it?
We understand that.
She said it. We understand it. Who said we understand it? Why are we understanding? The first clip I played you with Julius Malema, go and watch it, guys, if you haven't seen it. It's the last video uploaded on this channel. Julius Malema said, we need to learn to unlearn accepting the unacceptable. This thing of we Africans understanding that no, actually the borders came about by white people. Us understanding that shows that there's something wrong with our thinking already. She says capitalism, cheap labor, apartheid, and colonialism formed an unequal society in Africa. Then she used the word we accepted. She says what happened in the past actually formed this unequal society in terms of the African landscape. And she says we accepted. Listen to it.
So we accept that.
We accepted that. Who said we must accept it? This is what this channel is for, to wake Africans to say, we must not accept it. I'll go back to those words of Julius Malema. We need to learn to unlearn, accepting the unacceptable, decolonizing of the mind, decolonizing of the African mind. I love how Mangope asked this question. Then she says, those who are marginalized will move to the countries that has more. She says, those who don't have, and I'm telling you, me and Julius Malema, we answering this question totally different. Julius Malema answers it in a brilliant, simple way because of wisdom. But I answered differently. Because when I hear what Faith is asking, I want to solve the problem first before I get to answering the question. If you tell me the colonizers gave us the borders, the first thing I want to do is to say, no, then let's take the borders out. These borders is not an original concept of Africa. They are the ones who gave it to us. So let's take them out and let's start there. I'm starting in the very beginning. Everything that the colonizers gave you, you guys have accepted it. The biggest thing that I've had in terms of colonizers and Africans accepting it is Africans reject everything that colonizers gave them except the Bible. It's not true. Africans has accepted more than just the Bible. Africans has accepted religion. Africans has accepted language. Africans has accepted a way of living. Africans has accepted to be colonized and hate each other by the colonizers. This thing that Africans only took religion from the colonizers is wrong. Everything that we are doing as Africans today is guided, and we are always seeking approval from our white colonizers. That's why we run to the AU, we run to the European Union, we run to America, we run to the BRICS Summit. Everything that we do as Africans, we want that approval from the colonizers. We can't do anything on our own. The African Union must run to the European Union for confirmation and acceptance. The African Union cannot take any decision alone without looking at America and Europe. It can't. That is why France can order ECOWAS, which is 15 countries in the west of Africa, to say attack Niger. That is why the Americans have got more than 15, I think 25 army bases in Africa, because Africa cannot stand on its own. I really like how I think Mangope answered this, asked this question. Then she says, the influx of illegal foreigners for better opportunities will come to this land. And now the influx of better of illegal, she goes on to this thing to say there are a lot of illegal people. And we remember, when we talk about illegal people, it only affects only the Africans. Somali, Kenyan, Zimbabweans, Nigerians, Senegalese, Namibians, Lesotho, Mozambicans. Those are the only people we call illegal foreigners. But to be honest with you guys, those people are not illegal in Africa. The white people are the ones who are illegal here. The Dutch, the African people, those are the people that are illegal here. The Chinese, I can even go as far as saying the Indians are the people that are not from this continent. They come from a different continent. You understand what I'm saying? But because some of the Indians are as dark as us, they are African in terms of pigmentation. They were treated like us, so they got the west of apartheid the same as we do. But we need to reframe and rethink when we speak about illegal people in Africa. I will never accept, and I'm happy that the EFF also does not accept that Africans can be illegal in any African country. I've told you guys I'm happy with Kenya. Kenya has opened the borders. It says you don't need a passport to come into Kenya. Some of you will ask, why is that people are going to go to Kenya and they're going to bother the locals there? No, you are opening the opportunity to free trade. You are opening the opportunity to many things for people to come and have to seek for better lives. Yes, it might come with a little bit of pushbacks in terms of crime levels and all that. But if a government is running itself smoothly, meaning the policing is done well, the police actually do their work, the crime detectives do their work, the intelligence of the company of the country is doing the work, the army is doing their work, everything can be managed. Then Faith Mangope adds towards the end of the question, says the fear of most South Africans is that the little that we have to lose it to the illegal foreigners. Why is it that we as Africans think that when other people come here, we don't think we have to share it? Why do we use the word lose it in terms of jobs, opportunities, and all that? And I have said it many times. Many times I've said it. The type of jobs that some of our African brothers and sisters do, illegal or legal, it doesn't matter. Some South Africans will not do them because of the way South Africans have grown up. And some South Africans will not take the same payment, the same level of abuse, that that our African brothers can take here at the local farms, whether it be in the restaurant or truck driving or anything. Our people will not take that. I know my South African people. I know them 1,000,000%. So for me, I said, who is really illegal in South Africa? And I'm asking you African people, and go in the comment section. If you agree with me, type I agree, King. Africans are not supposed to, I'm not saying they are not supposed to be illegal in Africa. This is a concept that we were given by our colonizers. And because Tina sees it ahead, really, we Africans, we don't want to wake up. Channels like this are important. In fact, I'm looking for another channel in South Africa that advocates for one Africa, one land, one Africa, one border, one army, one currency, one language. I'm looking for another channel that advocates like this because I need help. If you guys know of any channel that has similar aspirations like these ones for Africans, please go on the comment sections and type so I can look for those people, interview them, and then I can know that I am not alone in this. I know in the comment section, I know on the comment section there's a lot of African brothers who say, King, what you're doing is a good job. We need people like you. But I need people that is going to spread the word. So it's important for you guys to share these videos. It's important for you guys, even if you take a minute, a clip, a small snippet, and post it on your WhatsApp status, post it on Twitter, post it wherever. So we Africans can remember to love each other and remember that the hate that we have for each other was not from us, it was from our colonizers. It was from the people that came and stole everything that we have as Africans. So now let's go back to the interview, because it's not me who was interviewed. Faith was interviewing Uputi, the CIC, Julius Malema. Let's quickly listen to how he answered the question, and I'll close this video. Don't want it to be too long.
Right, we're still in conversation with the CIC. Julius Malema in the studio with us. We're talking everything, governance, politics, and the like. So, open borders. Yeah. South Africans are afraid that we're going to have an influx of illegal foreign nationals into this country, and there will be nowhere for South Africans to go.
It's an imaginary thing. Do you know that there is no fence in Lesotho? Yet the Lesotho people are not here. Actually, Malema is the one who used to tell us this in the youth league, that but Lesotho ba ajwa fro ba no bya halagamu elisubela ba wela mra. It's imaginary. It's the colonizers dividing us and making us to hate each other for no reason. They will never come. Faith, Gauteng is more richer than Limpopo. The Limpopo people are poor. It's the poorest province. But I wonder about Limpopo. They are there. If that logic works, it doesn't have to start with a Nigerian who has to take so many flights to arrive here. If the poor are going to come, if there are no borders, and go where there are more opportunities, why about Limpopo was abandoned Limpopo? There's too many opportunities here. It's not true. No one will ever leave their home for that reason. But secondly, it's not the EFF that has always made Africans to come together. This city you are sitting in, it was built by the sweat and the hard work of all Africans, Mozambicans, Malawians, all of them. This mine that I told you, that the anchor of the South African economy is mining complex. These mines that are supporting our economy have always been mined by Africans without the EFF being formed. That's why the language Fanaka law was developed, because Africans have always been together. Le gaufile tlori Malema ke ena tleng ka Fanaka law. Ke ikreile namo, ke ikreile Fanaka law, which is a clear demonstration that Africans have always been together. There's never been a point where Africans have never been together. Le tswere gate, auna fence. Unoba gate fela mo Lesotho mo Swaziland mo Mozambique mo. There's no fence. Our people are already interacting, as it were, without any influx of any people coming to take from the poor of the poor.
Our South Africans are already feeling marginalized and disenfranchised, and that's why there's this notion, and I truly don't.
Wow. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, the way Julius Malema answers that question of illegal immigrants coming to South Africa, he answers it very simple. Number one, Lesotho does not have a 100% border around it. Only has a gate, the border, to go into Lesotho and come back. Meaning it's almost like the 10th province of South Africa. We can speak about Swaziland, the same thing. We can speak about Namibia. I work in and out of Namibia, and I'm telling you, there's other places where there is no border, nothing. So the way Julius says it is that people will not leave their place because there's a better opportunity at somewhere else. It is, that notion is not entirely true. You understand? Because if it was entirely true, everyone would be going to Dubai. Everyone would be going to Gauteng, which is Sandton, and going and looking for opportunities. Julius Malema is speaking about Limpopo. Never mind Limpopo. I left Mpumalanga and I came to Northern Cape. Not for, I told you guys, I'll tell you the reason why my family relocated from Mpumalanga to Northern Cape. Northern Cape is not a better province than Mpumalanga. Not by any means. Population, opportunities, the beauty, the culture, mix, integrations, anything that you can think of that Mpumalanga has, a person would, with that type of thinking, would think that a person would rather be in Mpumalanga than Northern Cape. Much happier. I'm 10 times happier in this province than I am in the province I was born in. So the notion that people will come here because they are poor in their country is not entirely true. It's not entirely true. And I like the way Julius Malema answered that question. I don't want to elaborate even further, because really the way he answered it, if you don't want to understand that, I don't know what is it that you want. I love Faith Mangope. I love how she asked questions, and always loved Julius Malema and his thinking. And I'm always turned on by an African brother who does not see any African brother as less because of how the colonizers colonized our mind, brainwashed us to thinking that Zimbabwean is less, has got less value. Nigerians, these ones that. No, see an African brother, see a person that you must give an opportunity, a fair opportunity, that you believe that you deserve also. Remember, we will not always be in South Africa. We don't know what the future holds. You don't know where your future generation is going to end. You don't know where your child is going to get a job or get a loved one. Maybe they will be married in Mozambique. Maybe they will be married in Nigeria. You don't know where an African child will end up in Africa. All we want is that an African child, wherever they are in Africa, I don't care if they're in Malawi or Tanzania, they must go there and feel at home. That is why we say one Africa, one language. Because even if I am a Tsonga man, I can go and speak Swahili in Tanzania, in Congo, and everyone will understand me. The thing that limits us is because our languages are so different. And we have embraced the white man's languages instead of embracing our own, ladies and gentlemen. That is the problem. So I'm going to stop here, guys. Beautiful video. I'm going to be watching this video myself 2 or 3 times. Thank you guys for watching. For those who just bumped into this channel for the first time, and some of you are watching every day without subscribing, please consider to subscribe. It's free. You don't pay anything. We're trying to grow the channel to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. It's going good. I mean, the last week we got 300 subscribers. So that is, I love it and I appreciate it so much. Keep on doing some work for you guys. You understand? And guys, some of you are not going to catch up now. Some of you, the resistance of the brainwashedness of what the white people did to us is fighting back this African unity thing. You don't want you want to see African unity, but you don't see how it's going to happen and all that. It's fine, guys. It's gonna take some time with some of you. I understand. Some of you are catching it like this, and some of you are still. How can Africans speak one language? How can Africans have one currency? How can Africa have one president? No, King is crazy. But please continue listening, because it's people like you that I'm trying to win over to this side where Africa will be united. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I appreciate it so much. Until we meet next time, please don't forget to pray. After you pray, stand up and go do your best so that God can do the rest. I salute you.